Good morning, this is Babatunde with Pennystocking 100 to 1000. Welcome back to the series where we take a fresh account on Webull, starting with just $100, and show you the journey it takes to grow that $100 into $1,000 over time. And we're back. Today is July 19th, 2019. Markets are red. And unfortunately, the account is down huge again. We fell off the wagon once again. And to start off, we got in a couple of pretty bad trades. We're in one right now, as you see. We're back hold. We're not really back holding it. We back held it early in the day, but we had any chance to get out. But we just decided to hold it until Monday, just so we can save a day trade. We're getting out Monday, period. You know, we have to get out Monday, period, no matter what happens, and we'll move forward. But the bad trade that started this off was, okay, this is all happened Wednesday. Wednesday, we got in on TRNX. And this was not a terrible trade here. It could have been better, but it wasn't terrible. And I had some good restraint on this one. Some good, cutting my losses. So we lost $14.57 on TRNX. This was about 7% of a loss. So not that huge. So we got in that Wednesday pre-market at 440, and we sold it at 712. We tried to wait till that 7 o'clock. TD Ameritraders get in to see what they was going to do to the stock. Now let's show you the chart actually. So we got it at 52 cents and we sold it at 48 cents. I think the high, if I remember correctly, was like 55 cents, 55 cents really. Of course I didn't really want to lock in like a 3% win, so I just I was going to hold it maybe till about close to 60 cents, but we never got there. So the chart for the 17th here. So here you market. Not really any news or anything. I just noticed that this stock has been going up. It's kind of been going up recently. This is like a double. It hit 53 cents here on that Tuesday, actually. So, and that was in the pre-market. So yeah, it has been showing some signs of life. And I thought this might be the next big breakout for it. No news or anything like that. I just thought it was going to be huge, just off of people playing it and talking about it. So I got in here on that Wednesday, 52 cents. So yeah, I got in here, and it didn't do what I wanted it to do. So it fell a little bit. I held on to it, waiting for that 7 o'clock push. Like I said, we got here. We got in here on this stick, and it pushed up a bit. So really within that first hour, you had to been in and out. And this is honestly, I should have been out because the fact that I saw not necessarily a wall, but yes, a wall. I guess you could say a wall of sellers on the ask side at 55 cents. It was about, I believe, 10,000 shares at 55 cents. So yes. Normally, I would go ahead and try to take my wins, just under 55, so like 54 and a half, something like that. But I just kind of said this thing might really push up because it's been, popular lately. So kind of just, went against the grain on this one. That was my own fault. And then from there on, it just dropped. It kind of held the 50s a bit, and then it just dropped. Like I said, I like to wait for the 7 o'clock to see what's going to happen. It didn't do anything. It actually just, held up here in the 40s, and then it just, that was really it. I knew that was it. And from then on, like I said, I cut my loss there at 48, and then as you can see, the rest of the day just kind of dropped hard back to the 30s. So that was the start of it. So at least I exercised good cutting my losses on that one. Now, where it gets bad is where you have plays like the one I'm in right now, which is bag holding MTP, but we'll get into that later. The next play was VISL. It's not updated to show you the actual amount I'm losing on this one, or I have lost on this one. But so this was the same day, Wednesday. Right after that, this was like a redemption. Tried to redeem myself. This is where things get a little bit bad for the casual trader. So you have, I had a trade on TRNX where I cut my loss. It is what it is. I went for a play, didn't quite work out, cut my loss quickly, got out. Still, I wanted to make some profits. So what did I do? I turned right back around. I saw VISL. It had a news catalyst. It wasn't that great, but a news catalyst nonetheless. I think they're debt free now or something like that. Yeah, they did a public offering of $12 million, and they were able to settle some of their debt or all of their debt, so they're debt free. But that still means that they're down shares. So it's a good thing and a bad thing. So really, it was a pump and dump. Let's show you the charting for that. So we got in that same day, 8:30 almost, and then we sold it the next day. We held it overnight and sold it that Thursday at roughly 3:30. So we'll show you the charting for that here. So $1.66 a share we got in. This is going to be an overnight because we didn't have any day trades. This is the only reason I stayed in. We didn't have any day trades at all after I got out of TRNX, and we knew that. But we just wanted to make some money on this one. We just wanted to try to make some money. So we thought this might have a big potential. This is low flow. We thought this has big potential to bounce up off of this news. And boy, was I wrong. So basically, the news, the news already. They closed the $12 million offering, pays off convertible debt in full ahead of time. So that was that. So yes, it ran up here 240 that day. So I missed this run up, obviously, and it wouldn't have mattered because this was going to be an overnight hold anyway. So it wouldn't matter if I got in early or not because it came right back down. So we got in around here, around 8:30 on this drop off here. So we thought we were doing well. We thought we were dip buying it, and we just weren't. It went right back below the levels of the previous day. So pump and dump. And then, like I said, obviously we held it overnight, and that was that. So, and we tried to wait to see what was going to happen on that Thursday, to see if it can push back up potentially. Nothing huge. So we ended up selling it at the end of the day on this Thursday as it pushed up a little bit into the close. We saw that to go ahead and get out. So we got it at 123 a share. So that was that play. Unnecessary, period. It was unnecessary. I did not need to get on this play at all. It was just me trying to make some money after I made the loss. But so I took like a 30% loss on this just because I was upset of taking a 7% loss on the TRNX. So you see how your emotions can get in the way of good, consistent trading. So we just have to do better. We just really have to do better. This does not make any sense at all. So the play we're in right now is MTP. Now we had a day trade. This is Friday. We had a day trade available. We could have got out. I was a little upset about this. Again, my emotions came in. So we got in here at $3 a share, $7.48 in the pre-market. At $3 a share, this was the top really, because the top was $3.13 a share. We got in at $3, so we really got in at the top. And I chased this, and I don't actually I don't actually chase stocks at the tops. This is not my thing. I was upset because I had actually, you see this run up at 7 o'clock. I guess this is when the news story came out. I don't even know what the news was. Something about a diabetes test, phase 1 test, or results came out. Can't even see the float, but yeah, I think it's about 10 million in the float. But either ways, the news came out about 7 o'clock. I didn't even actually see that on Globe Newswire is the site I use to find news. I didn't actually see that, and I stepped away from the computer at 7 o'clock. I stepped away after I didn't see any good news pop up. I stepped away for a second to go do something else, came back, and unbeknownst to me, this thing just goes up huge. Right from it gaps up to 150 and runs all the way to like around 280ish. At that point, I knew it was over. I would never chase this thing, honestly, especially with a 10 million share float. I would never chase this thing, because normally when my strategy is I get in early ahead of the train, so I probably would have been at about $2 a share. Probably would have caught this a lot sooner, about $2 a share, and rolled it up to 3 or like 250, something like that, and got out. But again, I was so upset that I missed that ride just because I stepped away from the computer for a few. So my emotions kicked in. I chased it anyway, but just because I wanted to ding myself. I was so upset that I missed out on this trade. So we got in here. Tops out, goes all the way back down You know, 9 o'clock is a good point to see if the Robinhooders were going to push this thing up. Of course, they did not. Not much. You know, it rebounded about 280s. I could have got out there and cut my losses and, you know, lost about 10% or something like that. But, you know, emotions kicked in. I didn't really want to take another loss after I had just lost on VISL and TRNX. So emotions kicked in. It fell hard on the day. You know, these stocks tend to pump and dump just like this. Same chart, pumping the pre-market, drop down huge, consolidate a little bit, try to rebound, drop down huge, consolidate a bit, rebound, consolidate, and drop back down again. They all seem to have the same pattern, majority of them, of these plays, you know. And I know this already, but I still, you know, so you just have to be in early enough to take your win and get out of there and move on. And I know this already, but emotions get the best of anyone. So that was unfortunate. So we're holding this overnight because we can save a day trade. So at least we'll have 2 day trades coming into Monday, so we can see what's going to be available. We're going to get out of this thing probably Monday morning in the pre-market. Just go ahead and move on and get out of this. And it's unfortunate we're going to eat about a 40% plus loss on this one, as you can see, and that's going to suck really bad. But it's my own fault. I know not to bag hold. I know not to chase. Chasing has not been my problem for a long time. I've gotten over chasing long ago. But emotions will bring the worst out of anyone, as you can see here. So that's unfortunate, but we will get back at it on Monday and see what we can do to rebound from this. It might be a little while. We're going to just try to get some consistency back in the vault like we did last week. We had 2 weeks of consistent trading, consistent profit weeks, and we screwed it up on the 3rd week, unfortunately. But we just have to go back into grind mode, go back into consistent mode. Because that's what we have to do. I know it sucks. I know it's boring sometimes, but you just have to go back into consistent mode and do what has been giving you all these gains in the first place. So we'll get back at it on next week. And until then, we just encourage you all to stay motivated, stay inspired, study hard, and eventually penny stocks will reward you. Thank you.